Thank you to American Thompson, CEO of BNI, and thank you for being here and for your time. I'm really fascinated by your journey in your life and your working life, from the Marine Corps officer to franchisee owner. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And then to the CEO, and now today a woman at the top of BNI. Could you share with us how those early experiences shaped who you are today and what they bring to your experience here in BNI?
Yes, well, I think my very earliest experiences come from growing up in a very large family, one of 10 children, and my father would always tell me, because I was the oldest, that when he would leave, he'd say, everything that happens and fails to happen is your responsibility. And so it gave me a great sense of duty and responsibility and looking out for others, because I was always looking out for my brothers and sisters. And then when I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps, and I chose the Marine Corps because I thought it was the hardest, and I wanted to do something that I thought was really hard to do. And I was right, it was hard to do. And the Marine Corps, like BNI, is very high on culture and having a culture of doing for others and serving and doing the right thing. And I always enjoyed leading a group with a very clear mission, knowing what we were going to do, and not always looking to do it the easy things, but to do the important things. So that taught me a lot. I had some times that were stressful, military times, and it helped me to get myself like this, so that when there are stressful times, I can say, it's okay, it's going to be okay. And I think it's important for leaders not to be all over. It's important for leaders. They bring the structure, and they bring the calmness, and they put things in perspective for the teams around them. And then I started off in franchising as a franchisee first. I was a member in BNI in 1994. It was very helpful to me because I didn't know much about business, and I had just come out of the military and needed a lot of help, and I had all these business owners that were willing to help me and be great. And so I take all of that with me. I took my last company and grew it. My specialty is high growth companies, companies just like BNI that are good companies and have a lot of good things, and with a few investments in talent and scaling processes and simplifying, you can go really fast.
Okay, so you've known BNI almost 30 years.
30 years, 30 years almost to the day.
And first as a member, as you said, and now the CEO. Could you tell us about a moment when BNI made a real difference in your life, a story?
Well, first I will say, about 6 months into BNI, I was given a referral for Dell Computers. There was a woman in our chapter who knew the head of marketing for Dell Computers, and they were looking for a gift. I did cookie bouquets and cookies as gifts. They were looking for a gift to give out every time they had a new release of a product, and they started using us, and it was quite a bit of business. It was some years up to $40,000 in business in 1 year, which was a lot for cookies. And that was very helpful to me, especially in my early days when I was building up the businesses. And the agent that invited me, she was also my insurance agent. She was very formative in helping me understand how important networking is and getting me in front of people that could make me better and stronger. And I don't think we should surround ourselves with people that take us down. We should surround ourselves with people that make us lift, make us maybe a little uncomfortable to want to be better.
Yes. That's a sentence of this morning.
Yes. Comfort is the enemy of growth.
Yes. So every leader brings the unique touch. So what's the personal mark you hope to leave on BNI's story?
It's a great question. There are a couple things. One is BNI is at a unique inflection point where we have all these leaders of countries that it's time for them to run faster and make decisions and not have all the decisions up here. And so what I want to bring is, and I did this at Neighborly, is get the decisions at the place where people can move faster and be engaged and enrolled in those decisions. And what I'm most proud of at Neighborly is I left with a very strong succession plan, very strong leaders that were comfortable in their roles and had enough discomfort to become really good. And that would be one of the things that would be very important to me, to leave really good people and really strong leaders that can take BNI to the next place. Because it's not just today, it's 20 and 30 and 40 years from now. And then also, I really want to see us get to 1 million members. I'm not going to be happy until we get to 1 million members. It's doable. It will take some work, but it's doable.
It's doable, yes.
Yes.
I heard this morning, if I'm not wrong, and when do you plan to meet this?
By the end of 2027.
So
if every member can just bring in 1 member each year, that takes us to about 2.6 million members. And then if we have a little attrition, we'll be well above 1 million.
So it's a good policy, the one that you have already just set, to give people tools, because we are such different one from each other. So tools, I think that
tools are important. Yeah. That's when I talk about scalable processes. When I was talking about Chick-fil-A, and I know there's no Chick-fil-A in Italy, but the way they built their drive-ins and drive-thrus so that it was a really great customer experience. That's how they grew, and we need to do the same thing. Which is why I'm in a chapter, so I can experience being a member myself.
You're still in a chapter?
I am. Yes.
Where?
Yeah. So the entire leadership team, we all made a commitment to join a chapter for 90 days, and then afterwards stay involved. And so we have to do everything a chapter member has to do. I've done 8 CEUs. I've done 11 one-to-ones. I've given 3 referrals and a thank you for closed business. And yesterday, when my chapter met, I had to have a substitute in for me. And so it reminds us everything we're asking of our members.
Yes, that's great. That's great. As we entered actually the era of AI.
Yes.
And digital transformation while celebrating BNI's 40th anniversary. What excites you most about the future you envision of for our members, for us as members?
Well, I think there's going to be something very interesting happening. Dr. Meisner touched on it. There is this whole relationship economy that is really becoming very important to businesses, and I've been studying quite a bit. I started studying it back at my old company because it's all about the relationship. And so I love AI. I use it quite often, but it does not replace the one-to-one, the conversations, the energy that we felt in that room today. And a lot of businesses are seeing the same thing, and so are customers. And so I believe that one of the things that will happen, I'm very excited about it, is more and more people will want to do business in the BNI fashion, because it's, as we have more of this and more of this, doing this is becoming a lost art, and people don't know how to do it, and they need a structure in which to help them.
Yes.